just so it's easier to upload again. Okay, this is the best games of 2024. Let's start it over.
Good luck, Indy.
This is actually a pretty cool little montage, but that's except for this part.
In 2024, we saw games where soldiers dove headfirst into alien planets to defend Earth, Princess Zelda led her very own legend, a little robot overcame impossible odds to rescue PlayStation's greatest characters, and a game of poker unlike anything else. There can be arguments for why any number of...
by the way, the Balatro game, it got changed. Its rating got changed to M for mature because there's gambling, even though it's like not real. None of it is real. Balatro is now rated. It was like rated E for everyone and got moved to M for mature because of I think EU.
Our best game of 2024 nominees could take home the crown. A stark contrast from last year where Baldur's Gate 3 and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom were
we had a lot of good
favorites.
games.
The breadth of games on display, from Black Myth Wukong to Final Fantasy VII
Do not
Rebirth,
say Dragon Age.
means picking this year's winner was harder than usual. But
what if Dragon Age is their
ultimately,
winner?
there was one clear winner. Here's
Dragon Age.
IGN's best game of 2024.
If they say if they say Dragon Age, I swear.
Before we get to the overall winner, let's look back at some of the other games from this year that deserve your recognition, starting with our honorable mentions. These nominees were much loved by IGN's editorial team, but didn't get as many votes as our winner and runners-up. That said, they deserve your attention nonetheless.
What's this? What the heck is this game?
The mystery is afoot in the sequel to 2022's delightful point-and-click game, The Case of the Golden Idol. Set 200 years after the events of the first game,
Are we watching the Indie Game Awards or what? No, what is this?
Rise of the Golden Idol returns with more devilishly clever puzzles where you solve
Looks like she's humping the tree.
various crimes that begin to combine into one grand mystery.
Oh, what?
Go experience the world.
Oh, there you go. Infinity
Find
Nikki.
your strength.
The Fashion Nikki series has always had its share of devotees. The dress-up simulator was a pleasant, cozy way to pass the time, collecting different outfits and making your character as cute as they can be. But Infinity Nikki is a bold reinvention, combining all the elements fans loved, along with the amazing outfits they could create and adding a vibrant Zelda-like open world to explore.
This game's actually very fun. If you haven't played it, you just have to try it. And someone asks, like, what is it about? Like, what do you do? It's kind of hard to explain. It's like it has RPG-ish elements and a lot of dress collecting and a lot of mini games, and it's just fun. It's just, a chill game. I would call it like the best relaxing game of the year.
I know what you are. I know why I needed you.
There were doubts as to whether Bloober Team could faithfully remake one of the most beloved horror games of all time. Even Bloober admitted as much, citing the mixed reception some of their previous horror games have received. But the determination to do right by the source material paid off, as Silent Hill 2 delivers one of the scariest and
This game is so good. We are going to get back to it. We already got planned Tokyo Clan Pool and a Fairy Tale. More gameplay of that. We're going to try more of this too.
gaming experiences
Really
of the
fun.
year. Faithful to everything that made the original great while updating the rusty, aging bits beautifully, Silent Hill 2 embodies everything that's great about the original and then some.
I will fulfill my destiny and save the kingdom.
The Prince of Persia, one of gaming's forgotten greats, finally got a new game worthy of the prince's title.
Why do people like this game so much? I hated the beta, but maybe, like I said, maybe the full game is better than the beta. It could have happened. Usually, when it's a bad beta, usually the game's not too fun. Compared, like, what I've done, when I played, like, a beta and it sucked, usually the full game sucked. So maybe this game's actually not bad.
This 2.5D Metroidvania delivers one of the most
I don't know.
exhilarating revivals of any franchise in recent memory.
Yeah, the
And with its
side-scroller.
tight controls, excellent action, and swashbuckling storytelling, this is the best Prince of Persia game since Sands of Time.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Black Myth Wukong captivated audiences ever since its first trailer was revealed.
Why is this on their list when they were the ones that complained about it? They were writing like hit pieces on Black Myth Wukong's team. I'm surprised it's on IGN's list.
But that was only a part of the story. Yes, the boss fights are epic and the combat is sublime, but this loving recreation of one of China's oldest, most beloved stories means millions of players can finally appreciate the legend of the Monkey Prince in a whole new way.
What's this game? They keep going to like obscure indies.
One of the earliest surprises of the year was Animal Well. On the surface, it's another well-made homage to past 2D Metroidvania games.
I have to check this out. If it is downloaded on my PlayStation 5. I've never played it. It's on You got it for free with PlayStation Plus.
But the deeper you go, the more you realize Animal Well isn't all that it appears. While the core gameplay and platforming
Looks
are
fun.
excellent, you quickly discover there's a massive puzzle at the heart of it all. So take out your notebook and get ready to put your brain to work to uncover the truth behind Animal Well.
This looks interesting.
Next up are the games that were oh so close to being crowned Game of the Year, but narrowly missed out to the overall winner. If you haven't played these games already, you absolutely should.
Don't you want to know what this is all about?
You're damn right I do.
Machine Games is back with another Nazi-punching blockbuster. And no, this isn't a new Wolfenstein game. Instead, the Swedish studio has endeavored to bring one of cinema's greatest heroes into the modern gaming age. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is essentially a truly great Indiana Jones movie brought to life.
Legend says that the Great Circle does have
It actually is. This game is very fun. If you have not checked it out yet, you should definitely check it out. It's on Game Pass. That's what I'm saying. Like, check it out on Game Pass. It was pretty fun, actually, for a first-person, like, Uncharted Indiana Jones game.
some power, something about its
The
geography,
voice acting is
a
really
deeper
good.
force that connects these sites.
And by great, we mean up there with the original trilogy. Buoyed by Troy Baker's frankly insane portrayal of Harrison Ford's
Exactly.
iconic archaeologist,
Patron of the fallen angels, protector of the Chukulimani.
The Great Circle feels like a dream come true for anyone who grew up enraptured by movies like The Last Crusade and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Indy was never a shoot-'em-up hero. Instead, he used his brains as well as his brawns to solve ancient riddles and punch out bad guys. And that's something Machine Games has wonderfully adapted here. Whether it's exploring the
Also, though, in this game, the combat, you can pick up like almost any weapon in the game. It's pretty cool.
ancient catacombs of the Vatican or sneaking up
Like,
on
we didn't get that
fascists
far,
and bonking
but
them
that
over
looks
the head,
fun.
the Great Circle literally puts you in the dirt-caked shoes of Indiana Jones, and it turns out it's every bit as fun and exciting as we imagined.
It's not bad. It's not the best game. That's like a good game. Music's loud.
Called The Legend of Zelda if it stars Link, is a question most have asked.
This is the game I want to play, but it's still too expensive to me. Maybe 30. This is the Zelda game that you play as Zelda.
At one point in their life. Well, ask no more, as Echoes of Wisdom puts Zelda in charge of her own legend in this new top-down adventure game. Visually similar to the 2019 remake of The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, Echoes of Wisdom is very much a true Zelda game, complete with the classic puzzles and dungeons the series is known for. It's clearly learned from more recent games in the series too. And even though Echoes of Wisdom is more of a classic Zelda experience, the free-form creativity of Breath of the Wild is present, thanks to the Echoes mechanic that lets Zelda conjure whatever item and enemy she encounters, leading to all kinds of madcap solutions.
Looks really fun.
solutions. Stuck on the other side of a ledge? Just stack a bunch of beds together to cross. Duh.
Prove to yourself that you have the strength and the courage to be free. Join the Helldivers.
Are you doing your part in the war to save our galaxy?
I'm doing my part.
If not, jump into Helldivers 2 and start blasting away at alien and robot scum. Arrowhead Game Studios delivered one of the new live service
Helldivers? Is this Helldivers 2?
games of the year with the sequel to its isometric alien shooter. Reimagined as a squad-based third-person shooter, Helldivers 2 is both a satirical take on the military-industrial complex while also being an addictive blast thanks to its potent mix of high-powered weaponry, devastating orbital drop missiles, and a spirit of Earthian patriotism.
It's upon us. The reunion. When worlds merge. I'm waiting, Cloud.
After the prelude that was Final Fantasy VII Remake, we finally get to the heart of the adventure in the second.
Would you guys consider this? Do you think this should get in a category as for Game of the Year, or do you think it should be a category for Best Remaster, Best Remake? That's the one question I would love to hear more from you guys. I'm sure it's a fun game. I haven't played the new one. I did play the other one some, but a bunch of those extra quests, oh boy, they're kind of annoying. But I guess you kind of have to do those if you want to progress a little bit.
In Square Enix's planned trilogy. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth encompasses some of the most important moments from the original, but more than that, stands on its own as a brilliant open-world RPG. What stands out almost immediately is how much love Square Enix has for these characters. It's clear Square Enix wants players to spend as much time as they can with Cloud, Aerith, Tifa, Barret, and Red 13, providing plenty of side quests.
Why didn't they show Red 13 on the screen there? They showed someone else. I think they showed Yuffie
Minigames and expanding entire moments so that we can all spend just a little more time with the gang before they resume their mission in the fight against Sephiroth. It makes these moments all the more valuable too, given the ending to Rebirth and the approaching finale.
I can't believe they're saying this is runner-up. This is where everyone was going for the GT. They gave them several. Let me continue.
Astro Bot's life began as a humble
What did you say, Master Chief? He said Sony updated the new patch. There's a new patch for Helldivers 2. By the way, he said. What is the patch?
mascot for the Playroom tech demo. Anytime Sony had some new hardware to show off, whether it was the PSVR headset or the PlayStation 5, Astro Bot was there to guide players through the ins and outs of whatever new system Sony wanted to show off. But with Astro Bot, the adorable little mascot finally takes center stage. This colorful, vibrant 3D platformer isn't just a showcase for the PS5's powerful GPU and fast SSD, because between the unbridled level of creativity in each level and the controller-stressing difficulty of some of the harder challenge runs, Astro Bot is pure delight and wonderment. Every ability Astro Bot plays around with, from inflating into a balloon or punching enemies with bungee fists,
This game definitely looks unique, though.
never
right?
fails to amuse even the most hardened gamer. We don't say this lightly, but PlayStation might have just found its answer to Nintendo's Mario.
Two ancient elven gods. They were horrific
Is this Dragon Age? What is this?
tyrants. The worst is still coming.
After a brief interlude in
Why do they... So they're comparing this game to Astro Bot and the other games on this list. I don't think
the
so.
live service genre,
This game's dialogue is shit. I've seen it. Don't worry.
with games
I've
like
seen
Anthem,
it. It's shit.
and a perhaps ill-advised attempt
Why
to
does
rush
IGN
out
like
another
this
Mass
game so
Effect
much?
game with Mass Effect Andromeda, BioWare has gone back to what it knows best: A
Really?
good old-fashioned dungeon-crawling RPG full of delightful characters, witty dialogue, and the chance to create
Witty dialogue. We're gonna have to
Create a
take a look at something after
a
this.
character who looks and talks exactly the way you want them to.
A damn good-looking hero, if I do say so.
But while BioWare may have opted for a back-to-basics approach to storytelling, there is one area of major improvement: the combat. It's not unfair to say this is the best a BioWare game has ever played, from its sword and sorcery combat to even the way you traverse the myriad of dungeons and mystical
Oh, the DLC for Helldivers 2 is free. Ah, cool. That's neat.
locales. While we're only one game into the BioWare renaissance, all eyes are back on the storied studio.
Why are they trying so hard to push this game? It did not sell well. IGN must really like it. A lot of people like this game too. I think it's a good game, but I don't know why. Like, this game is really pushed up there. It is fun. I could play it for hours, but I don't think it's like the game of the year. There are some other indies I feel like need more publicity. There are some other indie games that are also good. This game is fun though. For $10, yeah, obviously it's very fun.
It's just a poker game with some roguelike mechanics, we remember saying to friends. It's just a poker game with some roguelike mechanics, we
Roguelike.
remember saying to friends incredulously when they first told us they spent all night playing a little game called Balatro.
I think if this game is on your phone, it might even be on your phone. I don't know. If this game is on your phone, maybe I'd play it more. I'd actually would. Honestly, if this game was on my phone.
How good could it be? Turns out, after tens of thousands of poker hands and hundreds of hours spent playing, Balatro still has us wrapped around its fingers. A lot can be said about Balatro's addictive qualities and how it has this magnetic ability to get you to play just one more round.
I said this game also, its rating got changed.
The reason for Balatro's rapid
'Cause of gambling.
ascendancy is how it took one of America's oldest games
If this game simulated gambling, what about some of the other Nintendo? There's some Nintendo games, there's FIFA, there's all kinds of gambling, like real gambling with real money. You don't have to, I don't think there's DLC or in-app gameplay that you have to pay to unlock characters or players in the game. I think 2K might have done it with one of their basketball games. And I think EA does that with some of their games. So how is that not gambling? Then the Madden games should all be M for mature if they're going to go by that.
and refashioned
I'm not sure if it's Madden. I know 2K, the basketball ones, they were doing some weird stuff in their games.
it for one of gaming's most popular genres, the roguelike.
But this is literally
the
a
combination
card
of
game.
classic poker
So it
rules
makes sense
and
in a
randomized
way.
Joker and
But we're not spending real money for this.
tarot cards that augment your combos and bump up your high scores so you can get to the next round is pure gaming bliss.
Oh, it's
Balatro is built on creating seemingly endless moments of elation and devastation in equal measures. All you have to do is play your cards right.
It's really fun, actually.
Literally.
They gave it to Metaphor? Okay. They gave it to Metaphor, guys.
For years, Atlus's cult RPG series Persona went from being a cool underground RPG series from Japan to one of the biggest
You know how many people you're gonna piss off by saying the game is similar to... He's saying something about Persona. I don't have a problem with it being compared to Persona, but a lot of people don't like that.
franchises in modern gaming. But with Metaphor ReFantazio, it's clear the developers behind Persona were seeking to push themselves to new heights. Trading in the modern-day Japanese high school setting for a pure fantasy world full of long-eared knights and bat-like
We might have to try it out. I remember playing the demo. It was it had some problems in it, like with the dialogue not matching the audio. So maybe it's fixed because it's getting like Game of the Year. It should work, right? Even on the PS5, it should work.
ninjas, Atlus's Studio Zero
That's the problem we had with it. The audio wasn't lining up, so I wasn't even sure if the full game's gonna be good.
has created an
it
incredible
looks like it
and
is good,
timely
so we
meditation
might
on
check it out
political strife
again.
and demagoguery.
One has to ask,
them dead, who shall take the throne?
After the death of the king, the United Kingdom of Ukrainia, divided by racial prejudice among its citizens, begins the process of holding its very first popular election that kickstarts a grand cross-continental adventure. For anyone racial prejudice among that kickstarts a grand cross-continental adventure. For anyone familiar with the Persona series, you'll find familiar hallmarks here. Players split their time crawling through difficult dungeons full of horrifying monsters while spending free moments building up relationships with various party members and inhabitants around the country. But while the Persona games spent these quiet moments reaffirming the virtues of youthful friendships, Metaphor uses these times to tackle headier questions. What defines a knight's duty? Or the responsibilities of those born into wealth? Can one ever heal from the pains of racism? And is religious tolerance a foolhardy endeavor? These aren't easy questions to address, but are asked plainly throughout Metaphor's 70-hour playtime. While Studio Zero refrains from giving
I saw other people have more than 70 hours in this game, like hundreds of hours. So obviously it must be really fun.
Clear-cut answers to these questions, it instead acknowledges the virtues of empathy, kindness, and strength in the face of overwhelming fear and hatred that can take root in an uncertain world where leaders promise salvation in exchange for unwavering loyalty. Wrap these philosophical musings in a stylish turn-based RPG that looks and feels stupendous, complete with beautiful character designs from artist Shigenori Soejima.
How do you compare? How can you even compare Dragon Age to this?
Music from Shoji Meguro, and you'll quickly understand why Metaphor ReFantazio is IGN's pick for Best Game of 2024.
You'll be a hero.
I don't even see a comparison. 70-hour, great, like apparently great across the board. Everyone agrees.
So congratulations to Metaphor ReFantazio
you compare
and
Dragon Age to this.
Studio Zero, and also.
What is this shit? That ain't Dragon Age, is it? What is that game? That looked like shit.
So to all of our other winners and runner-ups in 2024's IGN Awards. Be sure to check out our full list of award winners for Best.
No, I don't want to watch that. But I'll watch the best game. Best game. Yeah, that sounds good. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a Dragon Age thing. If I can't, I'll look at Asmongold's. Let's see. In Dragon Age. Veilguard versus Dragon Age Origins. Let me see. Watch Asmongold's video come up first. What is this? Insulting in Dragon Age.
It won't let us near.
What is this? This is a comparison video, I guess. Let's see. How many likes does it? 6. Rate my character. Let's see. Okay. Let's see this. Let's see. Okay.
Can't get into that stress. It won't let us near.
If I can't get into that larder, I'll skin both of you useless elves. I swear.
This is from Nick Tech
calm down, good
game
woman.
channel.
We've come to help.
You and you. Your bloody mongrel keeps getting into my larder. That beast should be put down.
I'm sorry he's bothering you, Nan. He's not a mongrel. He's a purebred mobbery. Perhaps you should lock your larder tighter. Maybe you should be put... What? Maybe you should be put down. That's funny. That's hilarious. Maybe you should be put down.
What? That monster is in my larder, slobbering all over the bacon, and you're insulting me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear. Mistress, calm down, please.
I think we need to play this game. I remember having so much fun in this game.
That's it. I'll quit. Inform the Turner. I'll go and cook at some nice estate in the Banon.
Man, please.
Really? Because I heard there's a relic loose.
There is the new game.
How do you...
Even their models are fucking ugly. What is this?
Never mind. You can't say. You never can.
Rook, meet my friend Rana. At least I think we're friends.
Yes. And Rook, if you're with Nev, I take it I can trust you?
Look at this. Here's your options. Of course, you don't have much choice. I couldn't ask that of you. These are the answers. Does that look fun at all? These are the answers. This game's up. This is the runner-up for Game of the Year. Are you fucking kidding me? These answers suck. I hate this game so much. Like, I'm not paying money for this. I've seen it. I've watched others play it.
As much as I can trust you.
And I've actually, here's the sad thing. I've seen people actually think this is funny. It's like, this is funny? Go play the original, man. Get your sense of humor back.
Of seeing one in person.
That was so funny. Ha ha ha.
Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope.
Look at this. They're an order of great warriors. They defeated the Darkspawn long ago. He said they were a small order and no longer important. Is there any reason why I should care? Like the sass you can do in this game.
Breath, mind your manners.
I take no offense. The Grey Wardens are not what we once were.
Even Skyrim has more humor than that new one.
I'll not have the Wardens spoken
Let's see
ill
what
of in my
the
household.
other game is.
Without them, the Darkspawn would have killed us all in the first blight. You are the only reason men still live in Thedas.
I swear these graphics look like shit.
Rook, meet the Viper.
Nice to meet you. The Viper, really? Is this everyone? These are your options. These are the most bland options I've ever seen. This is what I'm talking about. This guy apparently made a whole channel for it. Anyways, let me give you his link to his thing. Here's a link. I'll put it in the live chat if I can find it. Let's see here. But you guys think that is... Which game sounds like it has better dialogue options? Let me put a post here. Here's that. And then I'll give an IGN link if I can go back. And I got one more. We got an Indie Game of the Year awards to watch. This is the indie game, so this will be fun. Let me see if I can get the IGN link to you. Here you go. And then we're going to watch the Indie Game of the Years. If you're watching this on the channel, thank you for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.